watched a video of, I think it was Peter Crone the other day, and he was talking about stress in life, and specifically talking about making other people wrong. And he's talking about, you know, when you're committed to making someone wrong, you're ultimately trying to make yourself right. It's like a status game, but you're also allowing, keeping, and creating or perpetuating the tension that's there, right? For you personally, has there been a time where you've made someone wrong, and then how did you resolve that?
Bro, I've been like deep in that for the last month with my family. So I did the Respectful Behaviours workshop, which was really challenging because it challenged a lot of my beliefs around different things. And I come home one day and I was like sitting there and had this realization that with my family, if I'm not right, I'm wrong, which means I'm not a good father, I'm not a good husband. And that like, it's this like genetic thing that's passed down, a community thing that's passed down from men from generation to generation, that the man is the ruler of the house and he must be right and he's the provider and all these things, right? And that was coming up for me. And I've been really challenged by that particularly. And I find that even though I have this awareness about it, I still find it really challenging to unwind because that's like 47 years of programming, right? So now I'm like, well, I need to undo that programming. So I'm just being really mindful of, I guess, that I don't need to be right, that my kids can be right and my wife can be right, and that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm wrong necessarily, but the cost of me being right in my household is disconnection with my wife, disconnection with my sons, and that's really like it's an irony because it's the opposite of like what I actually want with my family, right? And it's not about, there'll be guys that like get upset with this. It's not about not ever standing up and saying these are the boundaries and this is where the boundary can be stepped to and where it can't be stepped to. There's still that conversation, but it's around like these absolutes of right and wrong. It's about being flexible and having open conversations and dialogue around things rather than trying to prove that you're right just so you can be like the leader of the house. So that's what's been coming up for me in my personal life. And then with Beck, like obviously Beck is in a same-sex marriage, and just listening to you guys interact and how you have this like really open, beautiful conversation has created opportunity for me to like look at like some of my biases that I had sitting around that, and to be able to just let go of them and soften and be more connected. So there's been this shift in how I've been seeing the world over the last kind of month or so.